energy. Warrior nation, yeah. One bag of looting and shooting a one. We you them a dead when I blow no storm. No sound, no alarm, you no see where I go on. I kill with one another. Who we are see John Tom gun. Him son name shot. One generation away from the land. Pity you a study up your eyes and chaser. Study figure dance in a jeans and blazer. You do not see your mates want change. That's the eraser. School of the chaser. Don't like books, you'd look for a trader. Build great, don't build failure. Calamity.
Nobody now support the kids them like me right now. We not kill youth, we are build youth. Big on man and a man who know me attack too. We are build youth, no we not kill youth. Big man and woman who know me attack too. Send the youth them go as bold. Make them learn, set them brain at the real world. Then soon not the one where man are pushing at your hand until they pick kill at this man. My G that the wrong. Ooh, that me know I'm not maker, that me know for sure. Everything where me reap so far I mean grow. On the league board, me up the top score. I'm a non-stop right, yeah, something I go give them more. Hey, hey, what we say?
My LinQz production. That's overgone. You can you put down weapon. Stop kill me that I answer. That time. Go easy. No pulley 4 5 please no squeezy. Every get how you feel rise. Tie your fist you know what I. It no please me my time. Go easy. Take a life there you feel you live, believe me. Every get how you feel rise. Tie your fist you know what I.
Wagwan family, Wagwan family. The naughty girl LinQz here, and she is back. How is everybody doing in the chat room? Shout outs to everybody tuning in. Who do I have tuning in here? Juicy Always Forever, Denise Garcia, Khadija H, Lazuli, Lawrence Bree, Gunner, Andy, Alvarine, Sean, Big Ben, Andy. Shout outs to everybody tuning in. Shout outs to everybody passing through. You don't know it's your girl LinQz here. Me say who that me that I represent the T dot. Mad Rasta. Refinishes, thanks for tuning in. Nay here, Jackie. Shout outs to everybody tuning in. Welcome back to Come Mek We Chat. You don't know it's your girl LinQz here, and I'm here to talk about the things that nobody wants to talk about. And we talk it plain and straight, just like that. How is everybody doing out there today? How is everybody doing out there today? Wagwan. As you got, big up yourself. Ravinder Mal, big up yourself. Cheryl, thank you for tuning in. Big up everybody tuning in. Today, I have a topic that I've addressed before here on TikTok. But sometimes, it's almost as if we gotta keep talking about things before something happens. We can't just say, oh, let's talk about it today and forget about it tomorrow. It's not that kind of party. Enjoyment, Adrian, everybody coming into the room. Shout outs, all those people that's watching in the blind. Shout outs everybody on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all social media platforms we're streaming to right now. And I just want to shout out everybody that's tuned in. Go ahead and share it out. Today we're going to talk about something very disturbing. We're going to talk about how do I start this one? Fabi Vibes, Big Art, big up yourself. Today we're going to talk about what's been going on in the news in regards to the the mistreatment, the abuse, the trafficking of children. I've touched on this topic before, but I think this time we're going to get a little more in depth, and we're going to learn together about how serious it is, and that even in some countries it's almost legal. So let's get it. We're going to get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is, before we talk about it, let's have a musical interlude. Let's listen to something to change up to kind of bring a little bit of love into the atmosphere, because some of the things that we're going to talk about today can show you how some people lack love and how cold and callous some people can be, even to children. And we have to, if anything, we have to protect the children, because they're the next generation. So I want to introduce you to an artist that I love, that I feel like in this program here, I like to focus on artists that, especially reggae artists, because reggae is where my heart is. I like to focus on reggae artists that I feel didn't get the accolades they deserve, that aren't being highlighted the way they should, and they did great work. So let me start with this artist. His name is Wayne, and this song is called Living in Love. Yeah?
I love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood. Enough neglect the farming, scarring in the mud. Yet they wanna be the first to reap the food as it bud. Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and whorehouse. Love the rum bar, yet them eat the pure house. Them take the microchip and over rod go pour out. Less food, more drought and more mouth. Oh, Rasta tell them all the while. Stop war and go till the soil. Stop fighting for land and all. Feed the coil, so many go defile. Slave master.
Hold up. When it's nice, we gotta play it twice like sugar and spice. Yeah? This is Wayne, Living in Love, off the Lava Ground album.
I love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood. Enough neglect the farming, scarring in the mud. Yet they wanna be the first to reap the food as it bud. Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and whorehouse. Love the rum bar, yet them eat the pure house. Them take the microchip and over rod go pour out. Less food, more drought and more mouth. Oh, Rasta tell them all the while. Stop war and go till the soil. Stop fighting for land a spit. In them face, them take that with a smile. The bounce of the Nile. So mile and so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. The people acting vile. Pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa, and child. Politician not talk, certain thing them not mention. Say a drugs and gun, the people tax money spent for. Come with plastic smile and them wicked intention. In your hand, I with them put them evil invention. Turn gun model, seeking attention. See they know you dead and that is no redemption. Parents I wonder where to get the first and
That's I Wayne, family. Highly, highly underrated. And he should be overrated. So, we did that little musical interlude because I like to start the show off on a light note because sometimes we cover some heavy topics. And if you're new to this and you're in the chat, you know that even sometimes the people in the chat, they don't hold back. They're going to say what they got to say it like it is. No holds barred. That's how we do it here. So, let's get into it. Recently, you know, the internet has blown up with this whole P. Diddy saga, with what's going on with him. And basically they're saying that he was human trafficking. There's tunnels under his home which connect to some very important people, prominent people in Hollywood, LA, whatever. Connects to the Playboy Mansion, which tells me that this has been going on for a while. And that Hugh, what was the name of the man that owned the Playboy Mansion? He knew what was going on and lived a very long time quite comfortably. So in looking into this, I learned about this girl, Allie Carter, who states that she is a victim of what was going on in the mansion and around Diddy and so forth. And I want us to take a listen to what she has to say, because she has some very important things to say. So let's take a listen to Allie Carter. You can follow her on Allie's journey.
But everybody knows that I can talk. So, well, I do know what that was. I know that somebody's messing with codes. I'm just gonna be real here. I know somebody's messing with codes. And we were just told that, so they were like, hey, you wanna go or no? And I'm like, yeah, let's do this. So I'm gonna try to spit this out, okay? Okay. Diddy parties. Those are assault parties. And I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants.
So I hope you heard clearly what she said. She was a party favor. And that is basically a toy for anyone that comes to the party.
It's a party at a certain time of night when the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors. And then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state. And you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened. And I was the type of kid that thought that, you know, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence
of royalty. See, this is something we got to be careful of. We got to be careful of the pedestal that we put famous people on, because we don't know what they do behind closed doors. It might not be that regal. We need to stop putting value to finance, putting value to vanity, putting value to people that have more. Because sometimes the things they do or the life that they live is worse than those who don't have what they have. We have to be careful. We have to be very careful of how we judge people. We can't judge people based on what we see. A nice car, nice clothes, fancy jewelry, exotic lifestyle. We've got to judge them on what's in here and how they live and how they treat people and how they live within society. Because you have people out there that are harming young girls like Ali for sport. For sport, for fun. Let's listen to more from her.
of Hollywood, so you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine, it really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that full...
Now she speaks very quickly, but she says a lot. She said if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker's the supplier, the pimp handles the money, and the John, I guess, gives up the money or something like that, she said.
House, actual, full-blown sex is... By the way, kids, don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. If you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in the beginning. Okay, cool. Goodbye. What was I saying? Full house sex. Thank you. If the pimp paid for, if there's rules to full house sex and there's rules to anal and there's rules to all kind of different jobs. Okay, so at a certain point, I was not brought or traded for anal sex, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there. It's not just celebrities, there's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids.
Did you hear that? So if it's called an all-black party, it's not because the dress code is all black. It's because the party favors are all black. Or all white, or black and white.
Kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them. Because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened, but at the same time, what am I supposed to do when nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then? Because
We've been hearing so much about this situation, and I don't hear people saying that. What about the rest of the kids that were there, that were involved? Where are they? Where are these children? Where are they? We know about the underground tunnels. She forecasted these fires, which is nothing more than, in my opinion, burning of evidence. And when you start to think that the evidence are children, that hits your heart a different way.
Because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here, and I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled. But at the same time, nobody's asking about the kids and who else is really there. And no, it's just not about all these dudes having sex. They need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel, and they make it like a carnival thing, and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's sex with animals. And then after a certain time,
This girl is numb. She is past PTSD. She has dissociative personality, which means she has managed to separate herself from herself in order to endure what she's gone through. She just said some things. She said, first they use things, then it's this type, then it's that type, then it's animals. Animals? You're there to fluff. Those are terms that are used in porn. And this young girl was subjected to that. For years. But let's listen.
you have no idea what's happening because you're numb. And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're going to have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish.
After all that trauma, if you are sick, hear what she said they make you do? There are actual people that some of you out there look up to that are doing this to kids.
Fetish, throw up is a fetish, shit is a fetish. So
she said throw up is a fetish, blood is a fetish, feces is a fetish. Where are these children? The motherly instinct inside me is saying, where are these children? Who is helping them? Where are they? Who has them? Because she made it abundantly clear in many of her videos She wasn't alone. There were other girls her age there. There were girls younger than her there. There were babies used as party favors.
Um, I have DID, and I went numb after a while. There's a reason for all of my splits, but I just went numb after a minute. And there's times where I just checked out. You can check out for a few hours while somebody is messing with you. It exists because if you start fighting them back, then you're gonna suffocate or it's gonna hurt worse. So well, for me personally, I checked out. That's how I'm still sitting here.
You poor baby. She said she checked out, and that's why she's still here. Because if you fight back, or you put up any resistance, you're suffocated, choked out. These are the type of people that some of you out there look up to and put on a high standard, on a pedestal.
So yeah. And that's not the only thing, because after so many hours of dealing with people, not even dealing with people assaulting you, after so many hours of that, then if you're still okay, then they just make you go to another job like I did. So, then you're just transported through the tunnels.
So, if you do the job, then you're going on to the next one. And this is what it's like. And I remember hearing something, listening to these Diddy parties. I remember hearing that his parties would last for days. Days. Some of these children is going through this. Where are the children? Where are they? I seem to remember very vividly, and I can't, this is just my personal belief. I don't have proof. I can't believe that this could be going on at such a mass level without some type of political involvement, without some type of security involvement, without some type of law enforcement involvement. There's too many children.
Yeah. You don't live in the world you think you do. And there are videos, and there is, I'm sure there's so much of this, and everybody is seeing slowly it come out, but nobody's talking about the kids. I don't want to open my phone and realize that somebody posted a video of me as a child, and there was times where, because I was on so much ecstasy and so much drugs, that I was laughing because I wanted people to think that I was okay, so they didn't kill me.
Drug them up and commit the most heinous offenses sexually to children? What kind of world are we living in? What kind of monsters would do this to a child and be okay with it?
So there are things that would come out that people would assume, like, oh, everything is fine, they're fine. No. No, I was 15, 16. I was a kid, and there were kids younger than me, and there are still kids younger than me, and CPS supplies a lot of these children. Let's just not be around the bush about this. CPS supplies a lot of these kids.
Child Protective Services supplies these children. So these children are already unwanted. Nobody's looking out for them or for them. It also reminds me of a time when I was watching the news. I saw an amazing amount of children, refugee children, being separated from their families and housed alone. Can you imagine how many of these children could just disappear? I mean, come on, let's get it.
Because they don't look for them. They don't care. You're runaways. You're AWOLs. No one gives a shit. So.
And for those of you that are wondering what AWOL means, it's a term that means absent without leave.
I'm happy we're on this subject, and I hope that we continue, because I'm still trying. I'm still here. I still give a shit, even though I kind of checked out for a little bit and it looked like I did it. And yeah, as a dance choreographer that was being fake and acting like, you know, and it doesn't bother me. It does. It's been. It always does. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. So. Yeah. You'll never, that there's, I don't want to be anybody's puppet anymore. So I'm there's in so many ways. So yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. Cool. Okay. Thanks.
I spoke yesterday about emotional well-being. Most people would look at this young girl and think something's off with her. She's not right. But she is right. She's okay. She has just suffered through so much that this is her way of venting, of getting it out there, of expressing the trauma that she suffered and how she deals with it is by pretending to smile, pretending to be happy, laughing, acting as if she's okay. If you notice, if you want to watch some of her videos, she laughs at random times. It's her defense mechanism. against fear, against frustration, against emotional instability. The rest of this video is her posting her receipts. She went to court. She made her statements. And these are her affidavits. She calls names. She calls name. She calls names. She is talking. And as you can see, people are getting arrested. But what she is more focused on than anything is, where are the children? Where are those, I don't want to say co-worker, that's such an awful way to term this. Where are the other victims that were being used and transported in them tunnels? She said she wasn't the only one. There were girls her age, there were girls younger than her. Feel free to screenshot her paperwork. I'm going to pause it as we go along. Feel free to go ahead, screenshot, and read what was going on at these parties. So as you see, family, some crazy things is happening to these children. Some disgusting things are happening to these children. Where are these children? I'm going to take a quick break. I think I need a break. Yeah.
LinQz production. Dubs overcome. You can you put a weapon. Stop killing me, that awesome. That time, go easy. No pulley 4 5, please no squeezy. Every ghetto you feel rise. Tie your physical, no what I. It no please me, my time. Go easy. Take a life that you feel you live, believe me. Every ghetto you feel rise. Tie your physical, no what I.
Yo, them youths are evil and harsh. Hey, manly, but a dubs over gun when the people want. Yo, full dry yourself, dude. You why? What make the youth them so dark so they don't make with no heart, wrong talk and a gun spark? What make the youth them so dark so they not take no talk, wrong talk and a gun spark? What make the youth them so harsh so they not take no talk? More money than the bigger gun than the sword. Them may put up and pass with the flick of them arm and guns remove wall look like something from Mars. Look the bling around them make look like some falling stars. Can't only one bad man and that's where them bad. So them heart a get cooler than the middle and the north. Their face and mask them a move like the top. Yo, them youths are evil and harsh. Boy, bad a bit, we no pick it up, you know. Show it down. We no pick it up. No, we don't pick it up, you know. No, we don't pick it up. How them a try for this? Who them a try for this? How them a try for this? Who them a try for this? How them a try for this? How them a try for this? Enough boy them a this. When them see the woman them a call them bitch. Enough woman them a this. When them see the man them say ain't shit. Bad a bit them pull up, bad a bit oh. Bad a bit and me a tell them stop it oh. Bad a bit them pull up, bad.
Listen, hey, moments of clarity. It's like a rarity. Trying to survive when enemies wanna murder me. Hey, time is precious, so imagine the urgency. When blood hits your shirt, the shit looks like burgundy. Foresee your purpose before you wipe out the surface. A lot of hates in the air, they back to burning black churches. Concerned with my city.
Yes, family, we're back. And we're talking about the kids. And I had introduced you to Ali Carter. And we've heard what she has to say. But before we get back into this conversation, I want to rewind this artist that I was telling you about. His name is I Wayne.
I love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood. Enough neglect the farming, scarring the mud. Yet they wanna be the first to reap the food as it bud. Oh, them fill the earth with peas and church.
Big up Samoa Janaki in the building. Mad artist.
More shout and more mouth. Oh, Rasta tell them all the while. Stop war and go till the soil. Stop fighting for land and oil. Feed the coil. So many go defile. Slave master spit in on them face. Them take that with a smile. The banks of the Nile. So mile and so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. People acting vile. Pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa and child. Oh, soul I see, don't let it bust her. Them said them think they take too long to grow and start to cuss her. I couldn't trust them and those as how I trust her. Such is life, them say I just heard. I take a shot heights, what them call this Squatterland. Some say fi government, some say fi Mataland.
Yes, family, we are living in some perilous times where people are doing some insane things to children. And as much as I didn't want to talk about this topic, I have to talk about this topic. I cannot not talk about this topic because this little girl has gone through so much. So let's hear some of the names that she drops. You got names like Denzel Washington,
Everybody knew that Snoop Dogg, not again, mentioned him in December of 2020, but everybody beat the hell out of me. Screw you, that can't be true. What the hell do I know, right? And then recently it just came out again that Snoop Dogg got accused of actually trafficking children. And what did everybody do? Ooh, Snoop Dogg is at the halftime. I'm going to the halftime. But we canceled Dr. Seuss. And Jemima.
See, this is the thing. She's been talking out for so long. For years now. And people are just starting to listen. There are children being trafficked. Where are these children? Nobody seems to want to know where the rest of the children are. And I wanted to make this a point because I wanted to speak about something else. I had a video. It seems to have been lost. But let me just try and find something to, replace it. Sometimes when you're trying to do the good work, you'd be surprised. You will be surprised at what can happen when people just don't want the truth. They don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. But it exists, right? So here's another one.
At just 10 years of age, this little girl is saved from a forced marriage. Her parents agreed to sell her to a man 15 years her senior for $2,500, but the marriage has been annulled. An association is taking the family away from the camp where they lived. After a 4-hour drive, they arrive in the big city of Herat.
Busy playing with her friends, little Sadiqa is unaware that her future has been sealed. Her parents have sold her for around $2,000 to an Afghan working abroad. She is not alone. This little girl, and this little girl are all sold. This little girl is available for sale.
Did you hear that? You have people out there that are wealthy and respected that go looking for little girls. Where are these children? Where are these children?
Most of the girls we met in this camp, and they all look like they're under 10 years old, are either already sold to a buyer or their parents are looking for a buyer. When asked why these parents sell their daughters, one man, Abdulaziz, loses his temper.
We give our kids sleeping pills because they cry and ask for food. We had a life once. We were rich. Then the drought came. War killed our young men. We escaped Faryab province to come to Herat. Since this new government came into power, God knows one sack of wheat has gone up to $25. How do we buy it? We've been living like this for 3 years.
The parents say they sell one child to save all the others from starvation. War and a prolonged drought had already devastated Afghanistan. The country's economy depended heavily on foreign funding. When the Taliban took over the country militarily last August,
I don't want to get into the politics of Taliban and this and that and whatnot. But children are being sold into marriage. Why isn't anybody talking about that? And why isn't anybody trying to help? And where are these children? Where are the children that Ali Carter was speaking about? Who has them? What are they doing to them? Where are they hiding them? And don't think that it's only in other countries. It's happening in Canada and America as well.
My name is Ashley Duncan. I'm 25. I live in Still, Missouri. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm a Christian. I have 4 boys. I have a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. I got married when I was 15. I just found out I was pregnant not long before I got married, because I got married in February and I found out I was pregnant in the late January. I met Daniel on a school bus. I was actually 14 when I met him. He was like very quiet and mysterious, and I guess my 15-year-old brain was into quiet and mysterious. We got together. We had talked about it to get married, but we never actually said that it was going to be something that I did because I was pregnant and I was 15, Daniel was 18, and my family had believed that in the state of Missouri that if you are over 18 and have intercourse with anybody under 18 that it was statutory rape or something. So they had told us that he would go to jail whenever I had my child. I was pregnant and just going with what they told me to do. Didn't find out until last year that that's not the law here in Missouri. So I could have had my child without him going to jail. So I was coming home from school. I just found out I was pregnant.
It's not only in other countries.
If you suffer from back or hip pain, the thought
It happens in America as well.
In a lilac gown with a sweetheart neckline. Her blonde hair was styled into curls and held back by a sparkling tiara. Her groom, Aaron, wore sneakers, dark slacks, and a matching plaid tie. The wedding took place under a wooden veranda in a park.
I want to see actually, let me get back here.
Baby, sit down, we gotta talk. There's been a groundbreaking break in Sean Diddy Combs' case. It involves Elon Musk. It involves Allie Carter. If you don't know who Allie Carter is, she was the first one that said there were secret tunnels under Diddy's case, and she was moved through tunnels. It also paints an image of Diddy that is sicker and more depraved than we ever thought. But let's get into this because y'all, Elon Musk has just vindicated Allie Carter. Now, a lot of you guys were asking me to look into what Allie Carter's claims are. I'm not gonna lie, some of those claims sound a little outlandish, or they did. But the more and more we learn about the Sean Diddy case, the more we realize, yeah, it's not that far from the mark. Well, guess what? We've been waiting and looking, or at least I've been investigating, looking for any evidence to corroborate the claims that Allie made about there being underground cities, underground tunnels, all these things going on. And you know who just vindicated her? Elon M.F.ing Musk. Y'all, hear me out.
So I know where she's going with this, and Elon Musk has come out recently and spoke of a whole underground network. A whole underground network. That is a problem. That is definitely a problem. Because it confirms what Ali has been saying from the beginning, and that is that there is a whole underground network dedicated to the maltreatment of children. To the abuse of children. That's not a good thing. That is absolutely not a good thing. We have to get back to the love. We have to get back to the point where kids are the priority, not the minority. We've got to make sure that we protect these kids. Because she said there's more. She said there's tons more. There's tons more children that are being abused and trafficked, whether underground, whether it's right in front of our face, but they have been through so much trauma that they appear older than they actually are. Family, today's show is about where are the children. That's what I want to know. Who has them? What's going on with them? Let me know. Do any of you remember Isaac Cappy? Isaac Cappy spoke of this and left a video. And it looks like whatever he saw traumatized him so deeply that he was never the same. And if you listen to the things that Ali Carter has said, there's no possible way you could feel the same. Shout outs to CMA Entertainment ATV in the building. Big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in, King. Any of you out there that have kids that have an inkling of care and compassion for your children must feel some type of way about what's going on. If you even have this much heart. And it's okay to sit and fantasize on what's going on and who's getting arrested and will they go to jail? Did they do it? Did they not do it? Forget that. Where are the children that this is happening to? The Pizzagate children, the Epstein children. Where are these kids? The children in the Isaac Cappy video. The children that Ali Carter spoke about. And let's also note, she said that there were government agencies involved. And in other videos, she also mentioned there's lawyers and doctors and police and judges involved. Which shows you the level, how far up this thing goes. It's not just a few CPS children, a few runaways. It's a whole underground network of children. Something needs to be done. Something absolutely needs to be done. Now, you know, I spend a lot of time in the public, and every time I see a child with an adult, I have to think, how is this person treating this child? Does this child look like their child? Is this a victim? Because I went through some training recently, and I was told in training that you must look out for that. It happens in public. The transportation of some of these. Didn't they just find a whole Coca-Cola truck full of children? Didn't they just find a whole Coca-Cola truck full of children? This thing is bigger than you think. And this is why for so many years, a lot of these people that some of you all look up to was able to get away with these atrocities. Because it's almost unbelievable. Matter of fact, it's unbelievable. It's not almost unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Nobody would ever expect this. Nobody. Nobody would ever expect for this to be happening to children. I wouldn't expect it. Not at this degree, not at this brazen, bold level in this day and age. I would never expect this. But I ask you, where are those children? Where are the children? We need to find these children. We need to protect these children. We need to save these children. Internationally. Family, you don't know it's your girl LinQz here. I say I would at me that I represent the T that Madrasta.
Listen, hey, moments of clarity. It's like a rarity. Trying to survive when enemies want to murder me. Hey, time is precious, so imagine the urgency. When blood hits your shirt, the shit looks like burgundy. Foresee your purpose before you wipe out the surface. A lot of hates in the air, they back to burning black churches. Concerned with my city, I know what makes it nervous.
My LinQz production. That's overgone. You can you pull out weapon. Stop killing me, that awesome. That time, go easy. No pulley 4 5, you no squeezy. Every get how you feel rise. Tie your faces, you know what I. It don't please me, my time. Go easy. Make a life there you feel you live, believe me. Every get how you feel rise. Tie your faces, you know what I.
Yo, them youths are evil and harsh. Hey, manly, but a dub's over gun when people want. Yo, full dry yourself, dude. You why? What make the youth them so dark so they don't make with no heart? Wrong talk and a gun spark. What make the youth them so dark so they not take no talk? Wrong talk and a gun spark. What make the youth them so harsh so they not take no talk? More money than the bigger gun than the sword. Them may put up and pass with the flick of them arm and guns we move wall look like something from Mars. Look they bling around them make look like some falling stars. Y'all only one bad man and that's where them bars. So them heart get cooler than the middle and the north. Their face and mask them a move like the top. Yo, them youth
Nobody now support the kids them like me right now. We not kill youth, we are build youth. Big old man who know me attack too. We are build youth, no we not kill youth. Big man who know me attack too. Send them go as school. Them at the real world then too. Not the one where man a pushing at your hand and tell you picking that this man my G that the wrong. Ooh, that me know I'm not maker, that me know for sure. Everything when me reach so far I me grow. On the lead board me at the top
gun, bag of looting and shooting a one. With you, them a dead when I blow no storm. No sound, no alarm, you no see where I gone. I kill with one another, who we are harm. See John Tom gun, him son name Sean. One generation white from the land. Pity you a study up your eyes and chaser. Study figure dance in a jeans and blazer. Youth in a sit, your meds want change. That's for eraser, school of a chaser.